Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Arma hobby, and this is actually a 1/72 scale aircraft which copies Messerschmitt Me-262A-1a. So it's a jet fighter, one of the first ones during the World War II, and in small scale it has all the chances to become one of the best choices for this type of the aircraft, especially if you would like to build it right now. And what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, so it means you will be getting exactly the same thing as what you'll see in this video review, and that's why it might be a good thing to pick up because it's already available. And I have to say that the box size is rather standard for this brand. As you can see, we have really nice box art here, and here is comparison with my hand. Then here on the side you will find some information about the contents of this kit. So we have the masks, we also have decals for 3 marking options, and I think it's a decent package for 1/72 scale model. And on the opposite side you can see also some warnings, and on the rear side you can see the 3 marking options which are included here. They're quite different, and it's actually cool because you will be able to pick what you would like to copy with your model. And of course there is plenty of the aftermarket available, so it's definitely not difficult to find something different if you would like to. So what I'm showing right now is the package. As you can see, all sprues, they are packed into this resealable plastic bag, and I just need to open it and we will be checking everything one by one. So just give me a moment. I have to say that this Messerschmitt with the jet engines, it's always a nice looking thing, but somehow for the 1/48 scale build it still manages to take plenty of space. So that's why for me it was interesting to see what is actually included here in the 1/72 scale release. And we are going to start with the first sprue, which is marked with the letter B. Here, as you can see, we have the fuselage house. I will just zoom in a bit more. And these are 2 fuselage houses with the separately molded tail fin, which can be found here. Also we have the tail wings here, we have also the landing gear wheels here, and also we have the landing gear leg, at least one there. I guess the other ones will be on the next sprue, but overall the molding quality looks fine, so I guess we can zoom in even closer and you can check those parts in a bit closer way. And also external features here on the fuselage house, they include the recessed panel lines from what I can see, and they should be enough for this scale. Maybe camera will focus now on the fuselage house while I'm holding them closer and you will see what I'm talking about here. So these are not deep panel lines, so try not to overdo the paint and primer layers, but other than that I do not see any possible danger here. And if I flip over this plastic sprue here, as you can see inside we have some cockpit features, but it will be enhanced with the separately installed cockpit. We also have the guiding elements where it's necessary, so it's a quite smart design. And do not worry, even though the fuselage houses, you can notice they're not that huge, the whole assembly should not be difficult, and I think what you get here out of the box is actually good looking. Obviously you can try to replace the original landing gear wheels with some aftermarket, but this will cost you extra money. Why I'm getting slower? Because I'm seeing the clear plastic back with the transparent plastic sprue, but as you can see it was sealed, so that's why I was confused, because the main, let's say, plastic bag is not sealed, it's resealable, but here we have the proper sealant. And well, I'm a fan of the resealable plastic bags because they kinda help you to reuse the parts and also to store them while you are building the model. Here, well, with the transparent parts you should be careful, but it's always good to have the transparent parts packed separately. I guess we all know this, so that's why it's a nice thing to see here as well. And you can notice that the molding quality looks great. You can also open the cockpit. In this scale it's also quite a cool feature. The only thing which I can recommend is try to find the pilot figurine, but maybe it is included here because sometimes Arma hobby includes it in the kit, but I guess it's not the case today. But we have one more sprue. It's the frame A, as you can notice here. This one is dedicated to the mix of parts because we still have the wing to assemble and also engine gondolas. They can be found on both ends. And as you can see, these should be quite detailed engines. Obviously, you will not be able to show what is inside because we don't have the separate engine details and also the separate engine panels or the coatings, so that's why it's only the external features, but they're also looking alright. And I think with some careful assembly you should be able to get a nice result, and maybe the aftermarket brands will actually come up with something what will fix this, but I'm not sure if it's necessary in such a small size. And also, if I zoom in, you can see also the external features on the wing, and they are as good as what we saw on the fuselage. The same goes for the bottom wing. We also have the special recess slots for the engine gondolas, and also here you can take a look at the engine gondolas. I guess there's 2 halves for each side, and also here you can see the parts for this jet engines. And if we flip over this plastic sprue and check the wing parts, you can see there are a lot of guiding elements, so they will help you with the main wheels adjustment and also the overall wing fitment. But this is quite interesting that we have only 2 wing halves, because some manufacturers would rather mold it as the 3-part assembly, but not here. And last but not the least is also this small bonus, because as you remember we have the tricycle here. That's why you will be getting this metal weights for the proper result, and this is actually cool because you don't have to search for them, and manufacturer supplies you the necessary amount, so this is quite good. Decals, by the way, are printed by cartograph, and here you can see what we are getting. So as you remember, we have 3 marking options. In 1/72 scale, I think it's more than enough. And also we have the cockpit decals, so we have the seat belts, we have the instrument panel, so again, even with the open canopy, it should be a good looking result. We even have the swastika, which is separated into several sections. This is also standard approach, and I think you know how to assemble it properly. And next we also have the pre-cut masks, so here they are, and probably camera is focused right now. You can see that we have decals, actually masks, not only for the clear parts but also for the landing gear wheels. This is really cool because it will help you to get a proper paint finish, and it will also save you some time. By the way, I'm seeing that you can also download the 3D parts for some additional features. You can see here the special QR code. But we are going to talk now about the assembly manual for this model. As you can see, it is printed in color. We have also the short history note here. We have the paints chart there in several manufacturer designations, by the way, so it will be easy to find whatever you need for your paints collection. And here we start with the nose section. This is actually the nose wheel wells. And what is interesting is that you are actually building up the separate fuselage panels, and I wonder if those are actually repeating the panel lines, so feel free to write in the comment section, but it looks like they are. And next we continue with the cockpit. So as you remember, for the cockpit we also have some decals, so that's why we have the decals application guide, and it might be also a good idea to replicate at least a bit of weathering. These machines were not heavily used, let's say, but still it might be a fun thing to work with. Next we continue with the main wheel wells. And on the next pages, we install this nose section to the fuselage. And fuselage is assembled here, obviously. Then we continue with the wing mechanization. And those are actually the front slats. And next we continue with landing gear doors and landing gear legs. I do not see the mention of the in-flight position, so I guess if you would like to do this, you will have to modify the original plastic parts. Here we also have the canopy installation. And next we continue, so I can see there is the jig for the undercarriage placement, which is quite interesting. And next, on the next page here, we have the marking guide. So this one is from April 1945, another one is pretty much from the same period, but as you can see, slightly different marking. And here the last one, it's already from 1947, 1950, from Žatec, and it's already a Czech aircraft, as you can notice. But overall, I think it's a really cool kit in a small scale, and I have no doubt that we will see plenty of aftermarket for this one as well. So even the standard out-of-the-box version offers a lot, so if you would like to have your own copy of the famous Schwalbe, this might be a perfect chance, and it should be already available in all good model shop, even on official Arma hobby website, and I will be happy to hear your opinion. So what do you think about this release? Write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.